Scene one, take one.
I think arts-based initiatives are a super effective way to begin to engage students in a cross-curricular way because the arts allow us to work from the heart. While in many educative settings, we're used to focusing on the intellectual development of an individual. But we have emotions and bodies and spirit, which also need to be nurtured as we try to learn and unlearn. The arts open up spaces of hope, creativity, imagination, connection, and love.
Every September 30th at our school and in many schools in Quebec, the students and teachers wear orange shirts to remember every child and the survivors and those who didn't survive the residential school system. One year we had an Inuit throat singer, Nina Sigalowitz, come in to sing with our students. And she was going to be throat singing while they were singing in English in the background. And I had told the students that throat singing belongs to her and belongs to Indigenous people, and we don't throat sing. That's not ours. It was taken away, and we are not taking it away. That belongs to Nina. There was a moment when I was engaged in a conversation and I heard all of my students start throat singing. And I was so worried that they hadn't listened, what was happening. And I turned around and I saw that Nina was getting them and teaching them to throat sing. And I thought to myself how beautiful that was, and that is reconciliation, just that idea of sharing culture and my students understanding how important and beautiful and special that was, that she was sharing it with them.
My project looked at the Truth and Reconciliation, the TRC, calls to action. I believe that they were actually addressed to us, non-Indigenous Canadians. They are our responsibility. They are the actions that we are called to fulfill in order to move towards reparation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. There are 94 of them. They're divided up into two sections, legacy section and the reconciliation section. In my project, I invited a small group of actors, readers, to come into a rehearsal space. We sat in a circle. We did it several times. Sometimes we sat around a table. Sometimes we sat in a circle. We each had a copy of the 94 calls. And we started with the first call, and we read all the way through to the 94th without stopping. My wish would be that we would, in Canada, we would all begin a tradition of reading the calls to action aloud in small community groups across the country on Indigenous Peoples' Day on June 21st every year. That we would just sit down on beaches, in dining rooms, in classrooms, and read the calls aloud together until they're achieved.